In this video, we're going over the new top 5 meta loadouts to use here in Battlefield 6. These are going to be increasing your KD ratio, and they're also low-level friendly. Let's get into it. For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the M4A1, arguably one of the best weapons to use here in Battlefield 6, especially if you're still leveling up. For the optic, we are going to be running the Miniflex 1.0, but you can run whatever optic that you're most comfortable with as long as it is within 10 points. I like to run this one. For the top accessory, we are going to be utilizing the red laser. This is going to be bumping up that hip fire accuracy, and the nice thing about this attachment, it's not going to be visible to enemy players. For the next attachment, we are going to be utilizing a muzzle, and the standard suppressor is amazing, keeping you off the radar when firing. Overall, a nice attachment. It is going to be reducing hip fire accuracy, but we went ahead and bumped that up with the red laser. This is a good attachment to have on this class. For the barrel, we are going to be running just the 14.5-inch extended carbine barrel. This is amazing, improving your bullet velocity and also giving you a faster transition to ADS, which is crucial with the carbine, so you can run and gun and outgun players at those close ranges. For the underbarrel, we are going to be running the full angled, which is amazing with this weapon, improving your recoil control. It's also going to improve your weapon draw and give you a faster transition to ADS. Massive W. The con is going to be completely irrelevant. This is going to be a medium as well as long range carbine setup. You can obviously run this at close range as well. For the magazine, because we have the option and the points, we're going to put on the 36 round mag. This is going to be a relatively early level unlock, bump up that capacity. The M4A1 does have a fast fire rate. This is going to be a nice class setup utilizing what this weapon is made of: close range performance, fast ADS, as well as a controllable recoil. I highly recommend going ahead and giving this weapon a try if you're looking for a carbine that you can use at any and all ranges. Obviously, you do want to go ahead and burst fire this weapon at those longer ranges. Even though this weapon does not get a lot of bloom, it's just in your best practice to burst fire so you get the fastest time to kill. And by the way, if you don't have enough time to play and need weapon or rank leveling assistance, U4GM has you covered. They offer legit and fast services like leveling up your guns and military ranks and helping you complete any hard challenges in game. You can use my code EARS to save 5% off your purchase. For class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the PW5A3. Luckily, the submachine gun has fantastic iron sights, so we're only going to be utilizing 5 points here to rock the iron sights. Definitely give them a try. If you don't enjoy them, you can put on the Miniflex 1.0, but you are going to have to alter your class setup. I highly recommend getting used to the iron sights. It realistically should not be hard to do. For the right accessory, we are going to put on the red laser again, just to bump up that hip fire accuracy. Not going to go ahead and give us any cons. Super effective on the submachine gun. For the muzzle, we are going to be rolling with the CQB suppressor, which is going to be keeping us off the minimap and having no cons, which again is a massive dub. I don't want to have any cons when I'm running submachine guns here in Battlefield 6, just to have the best chance at winning close range gunfights, and especially medium and longer range gunfights, because the maps are going to be big. Now, for the barrel, we are going to be rolling with the 245mm custom barrel. We absolutely must run this barrel to bump up that bullet velocity and also give you a faster transition to aim down sight, helping us out at any and all ranges. For the left accessory, we're going to be skipping over this. We're not going to run a light. I wish we could. We just don't have enough points for that. For the underbarrel, we're going to be running the folding stubby, which is great with the submachine gun, a relatively early unlock, which is going to be reducing your recoil and also bumping up your transition to ADS, so you can outgun players at close range very, very easily. Definitely go ahead and give this a try. For the magazine, we are going to run the 30-round fast mag here, just so we can stay locked and loaded and overall allow us to engage more gunfights. We're not going to run any ammunition, and for the ergonomics, we're going to have mag catch equipped, just so we can go ahead and have an even faster reload. Overall, a great class setup here. You're going to enjoy this because the PW5A3, fast ADS, fast transition. I want to show you the transition submachine guns. And obviously, we are going to be dealing with a very accurate submachine gun setup. You do want to burst fire at longer ranges, just so you can counteract as much bloom as possible. And this is actually really effective at long range. Even though you should be running and gunning with this build, you're going to really enjoy it. I'm going to showcase the hip fire accuracy. You even burst fire off the hip, it's going to be effective, but at those close ranges, you are going to be able to dominate a lot of players and win a lot of gunfights. For class setup number 3, we're taking a look at the B36A4. This is one of the hardest hitting assault rifles in the entire game. For the optic, the Mini Flex 1.0 is a great option, but again, you can run whatever you like as long as it's within 10 points. We are going to be skipping over the top accessory, the right accessory, but for the muzzle, we are just going to be equipping the regular standard suppressor to keep us off the mini-map when firing. Overall, a nice attachment with this assault rifle. The reduction in hip-fire accuracy is not going to be that big of a deal. This weapon has low recoil. We are going to be flanking and outgunning players at long range. Now, speaking of long range, we are going to be putting on the 510mm fluted barrel. This is a massive W, improving that velocity and also giving us a faster transition to ADS. Overall, helping us out at those close range, medium range, as well as long range gunfights. You're definitely going to enjoy this attachment. For the underbarrel, we are going to be putting on the full angled. I really enjoyed this attachment on a lot of the assault rifles because we are going to have improved recoil control. We're going to improve that weapon draw and also give us faster transition to ADS. The con is going to be irrelevant because in all reality, you should not be moving around trying to strafe while aimed down sight. You're going to bloom out, lose a lot of gunfights at longer ranges, so definitely don't do that. The full angled is going to be your best option on this specific class setup. Now, for the magazine, because we have the available points, we're just going to put on that 40-round mag, so you have plenty of ammo to outgun players, especially if they're at longer ranges and you're missing a couple of shots due to bloom. This is overall a solid loadout because we are going to have a fast ADS. The transition and draw speed actually is not going to be bad with this assault rifle, which is huge. As you can see here, we have a weapon that does have controllable recoil, but obviously at longer ranges, you are going to have to burst fire this weapon because there's really nothing you can do against the bloom as of right now. So remember, you can't go full auto even though the weapon has low recoil. It is your best interest to burst fire it so you can get the fastest time to kill possible. For class setup number 4, we're taking a look at the L110. This light machine gun is very effective at medium ranges when you're trying to outgun a lot of players at the same time. For the optic, I like the SU-123 1.5X. Gives us a nice zoom so you can take it out very easily at those longer ranges. But in all reality, you can rock whatever you are most comfortable with as long as it is within 10 points. For the right accessory, we are going to be putting on the 5mm red. Just in case you get into a close range engagement, the hip fire with the light machine guns are actually quite effective here in Battlefield 6. Doesn't really make any sense, but hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and utilize it. For the muzzle, we're going to be putting on the compensated brake. This is a massive W, helping you out with that recoil control and reducing a lot of that recovery downtime between shots, overall allowing us to go full auto a little bit longer without actually blooming out and missing a lot of unnecessary shots at those longer ranges. Definitely give this a try. For the barrel, we're going to be running the 465mm LB heavy extended barrel. We need to bump up that bullet velocity so you can outgun players a lot easier at longer ranges, minimize as much bloom as possible. For the left accessory, we're going to be skipping over this. We're not going to run a flashlight. For the underbarrel, we are going to be putting on the slim angled. It's a relatively early unlock. It's going to allow you to have a faster weapon draw as well as transition to ADS. And we're going to get a nice bump in recoil control, which honestly is a very nice plus with this light machine gun. And then finally, for the last attachment, we are going to put on hollow point, just so you have a slightly higher headshot damage, giving you a faster time to kill here. This loadout, you can see here that the transition with this light machine gun actually is not bad. And we are going to have a very low recoil setup. As you can see in the firing range, this weapon does not have a lot of recoil, but keep in mind at longer ranges, you are going to want to have to burst fire to minimize as much bloom as possible, which this class setup is geared to do. And finally, for class setup number 5, we have the Cord 6P67, which is one of the fastest firing assault rifles in the entire game. For the optic, I like to rock the OSA 7 1.0X. Nice, and it complements this weapon's recoil pattern. Give it a try, but again, run whatever you like that's within 10 points. We're skipping over the right accessory, but for the muzzle, we are going to be utilizing the CQB suppressor. So we can just keep ourselves off the radar when firing. Zero cons. We don't want to have any cons with the suppressor with this specific assault rifle. You can run and gun and treat this like a submachine gun or a carbine. For the barrel, we are going to run the basic 415mm factory barrel. This is going to be bumping up your transition to ADS. Really nice here because we can run and gun with this AR. For the underbarrel, we are going to be utilizing the full angle. This is going to be a nice attachment, going ahead and improving your recoil control, also improves your weapon draw, and have a faster transition to ADS. We want to go ahead and make sure we can control this weapon and obviously draw it fast at close range when we are running and gunning. Now, we are going to be utilizing the 36 round magazine. This is a nice attachment with the Cord 6P67, bumping up that ammo capacity because it does have a very, very fast fire rate. This is all we're going to be utilizing with this weapon. 95 out of 100 points. That just sometimes happens here in Battlefield 6. Maybe they'll go ahead and adjust the values of some of these attachments point-wise, but you guys can see the draw is pretty quick, and we are going to be dealing with a weapon that does have very, very low recoil as well as a fast time to kill. You are going to have to go ahead and burst it at longer ranges to make sure that you're actually hitting your shots, because Bloom will go ahead and take a part of the long range combat. But as you guys can see here, if you are burst firing, you can kind of actually see the Bloom going to work at long ranges with this. But if you are burst firing, you are going to outgun players. This is going to be an assault rifle I highly recommend using if you are on a smaller map or like to go ahead and put yourself in areas of the map that are SMG carbine oriented. Those are going to be the top 5 best meta loadouts to use here in Battlefield 6 if you're looking for some early level setups. Now, I like to rock support on all of my loadouts. Not only are you going to be getting that supply bag, but you can revive teammates. The secondary, P18 on all my builds, doesn't really matter. I have a defibrillator, the GPDIS, which is going to be destroying incoming grenades, which is super helpful when trying to go ahead and secure points. Playing that OBJ, smoke grenade, which is going to help secure points and also revive teammates a lot easier. And I do utilize the combat knife because if you pull it out, you can run a lot faster. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of these loadouts. Which one is your favorite? And if you tear it up with any of my builds, come back to this video and let me know down in the comment section. If you guys enjoy, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.